Hey everyone, I want to make this brief video, fingers crossed, beginning with shuffling a card of, happily shuffling a card of a new deck I was drawn to. You might have seen on my Facebook page, just to keep us up to date with the flow of energy and the things that are coming and going. So let's do that. I'm going to shuffle the card, and that card is going to hold the message that is the reason why I'm doing this video. So let's do that first, because I will sincerely tell you if that was the intent I'm holding to share. There's a purpose to this, so let's... And the card we've got is abundance. Let's see if... Before reading the card, I'll tell you what my message was. Thank you. Thank you sincerely. To everyone that is speaking without being scared of the repercussions, because there is no real repercussions, and that's the thing. All the illusion built up in the world, they want us to think, they wanted us to be slow at response. They wanted us to not even respond. So I'm just starting to feel movement. And I needed to say thank you. That's pretty much it. Each day going on this year, we have all been standing up even more. This is a number 1 year in numerology. 1 to 9 is the cycle, and it'll start again. And it truly is. Because it's heaps different. I just need more light. It's heaps different to what's been happening with the flare-up over the past few years. So let's see what this card reads, okay? This is a new deck, so I'm just going to read this. And hopefully it delivers my message, which I have all faith and trust that it will. So hopefully it's a beautiful one for you. Showing what the true abundance is. It's not money. It's not division. It's not hatred or hurting. It's truly learning to work together. And the values become the bed that we sleep on at night, falling into it like a comfortable cloud, because that's the invisible connections between us all when we embody love. And I'm sure the mermaids are going to have that message for us. Allow abundance to flow to you. The treasure is already yours. You only need to trust and be open to receive. You deserve this incoming abundance. This mermaid is sharing her abundance with you. The treasure you see is symbolic of the treasures awaiting you in their many forms. These could be material or spiritual. The key to receiving abundance is to be grateful for what you already have. It's also about knowing your self-worth, as this affects how swiftly abundance will flow to you. Do you believe that you deserve to receive? Answer honestly. So why don't we just take a moment with that? Because that's something we don't do. That's the whole idea of connecting with yourself, your energy field, and any deck of cards, is to take that moment of contemplation. So do you allow yourself, do you allow that energy being of yourself under this skin that you've come in this lifetime? Can you truly say that your heart energy, when in the world, confidently through the solar plexus, allows in any form of abundance received? A compliment, I don't know, someone letting you in a line, someone surprising you when you're not feeling the best and they ask you how you are. Do you shy away, or do you allow yourself to receive? I don't know, you take the time with that and but drop out of the mind and into the body, where you digest your interaction with your energy and the world. Any relationship, in any relationships, do you allow yourself, or is there a wall there where you let part of yourself interact but not the other part of yourself receive in? You will give, and a lot of people tire themselves out with that and get distracted that giving is all they're here to do, because of anything at all that makes you want to anything that all that you feel you're not deserving of receiving because you're not used to it. You've been told perhaps you're not good enough to receive. Anything that's come at you is a lower form of energy, and we know what that is. You can feel the lower form of energy coming at you, can make you feel like you're not worthy. So true love is the love that we are. So everyone, no matter what you've been through, you must stand up for yourself and remember, at the light of the solar plexus and the heart, you're entitled to live out this life as much as anyone else is. And this is the biggest momentum, movement shift of that for our planet. That all that haven't been able to feel like they could have space for their solar plexus, like this is who I am, rather it's been more compiled or sort of compact, compartmentalized to fit in. And so the heart just sort of matches that. And then so at our lower grounding level, we can kind of be like, well, that feels weird to express my heart or to receive something in, because I'm so used to operating certain compartment like of myself. But I feel within myself like I've got a lot more to express. And that's exactly the truth of it. We do. And so it's finding some kind of activity. Like, I did use cards a lot when I first started investigating more of my interior world. Mainly because I was inquisitive, actually from my early 20s. So it's been like 30 years that I've known of cards and how, the use of them off and on. I have long years, periods where I didn't pick them up and then I'll pick them up. Anyway, I just find they're beautiful and messages come through really quickly now to share. So it's another medium of connecting with yourself, contemplating from what you receive in the card, but being honest in your question, but not biased in your absorption of the message. So you must breathe in, breathe out, and just hold this neutral, non sort of judgmental, or you're holding in your energy up, you really want something to work out a certain way in your answer. Well, you're going to battle with spirit giving you the honest message. So it's best if you don't like a message you get or you don't think you're relating to it, just to perhaps leave it somewhere, okay, and carry on, because you could be avoiding in your life patterns something, and in the end it's best just to face some honesty. If you can carve some time out to sit somewhere and just honestly respond, like give yourself some feedback with what you receive, just within yourself, like, yeah. And so that would be a good question to see, are there reasons why I feel like I might hold myself back from a full life experience? Because I've been told that's natural for me to do. Now, I know various experiences, and I didn't hit that head on with my life, but I know, I now knew that by the time I got to late adulthood, that I had to start looking into, and 20s, had to start looking into how I grew up, because there was a lot of interaction there where us as children, had to be quiet. Now, learning manners and being well behaved is great, but there's certain levels of that. So a child isn't meant to be quiet, let alone other kind of treatment. So you just peel away things so that you're honest with yourself, that you move forward, etc. But my main point is not hiding yourself in the past because of how you were treated. So yeah, like I started this little talk off with, if you feel like you're holding yourself back, then perhaps something has occurred, and try not to live in it like it actually made you who you are, because you're ongoing. That's the whole point of the opening up and letting life in again. And that's what we're doing for everyone who has been held down in big ways, and various powers have risen, and then we rise up and risen, but now It's massive help. If any limiting thoughts come to you, write them down without judgment and see if there's anything you can do on a practical level to shift any blocks spiritually or physically. It's fine for you to ask for what you need, but always set your intention as this or something better. That way, you're leaving room for the universe to manifest without limitation. So that's talking about asking for guidance once you do contemplate if you can make changes so that you receive. You can ask for help at any time in, at any time. Anything that you're contemplating. And like this author reminded us, ask for what you need, but set your attention as this is what I would like help with or something better. I'm open to it. That way you're leaving room for the universe to manifest without limitations. Are you being asked to provide abundance for someone else? Is there a person or are there people around you who could do with a helping hand in the attainment of abundance? Perhaps you could set your spiritual... Oh, sorry. I think I need to use my glasses, or there's just not enough light in here. It's a bit of a slow read, but we'll get there. Asking for abundance. Perhaps you could use your spiritual and or physical treasures to help others see ways to enhance their ability to receive abundance in their lives. Pretty much what this card is all about. What I was talking about before. So, yeah. Do you let money go through your fingers? Does it burn a hole in your metaphorical pocket or your mermaid's purse? Protect your finances by putting away some savings for a rainy day. Whatever your life circumstance, the energy of abundance is all around you. So prepare yourself for whichever form the flow of abundance will take and be ready to receive. So I think my thank you in relation to that card is saying that, you know, the help that we all give and we are asking each other for in the sharing is going to prove abundant. And as I mentioned today on one of my posts, when we speak to anyone in relation to helping at the moment, if we are really doing it from like a creative gut, gotta do it from the heart, truth response, you are one with heaven's assistance. So it's not falling on deaf ears. So that would be the abundance. Thank you. So that's the mermaid card. I had one other reminder I'd like to share, and then I wanted to end with one other short card with the Good Tarot. This is a great deck, and I'd like to leave us with an affirmation, short affirmation message about this that I wanted to share. My messages are always to help with the momentum of the real truth of who we are, so that we rise up and assist at these times. So in our unique soul's way, as best we can, however we feel inspired to, and put enthusiasm behind it. So I just wanted to remind us that on this journey, which is now showing us that we are not ruled by, I hope it's showing us this to a great extent, because I think I'll end up looking into more of it to talk about it, that money isn't the ruler, and we really needed and need to keep confronting that. Because we do speak of positions of power, but I mean, we just got to not fall into the trap that we're better than anyone because we have position, which normally means more money as well. But the main point of this message was that it normally takes in this material world for us to realize that we're actually spirit, like energy form. Emotional, mental body is more energy form, and you can't actually see it. It's like emanating through us. What we think, you can read it. How we're feeling, you can read or see or feel deeper into things. And it's emanating through this physical body. So it's all one space, and it's all spiritual energy. So money couldn't possibly rule this. Our power of choice of free will at our solar plexus, supporting our heart and soul. We can't see all of our soul. It's an unfolding. So I just wanted to say, if we've got any issues going on in our life, we're coming to, I don't want to say a head, because like we're not coming to like a final point or something. But it is coming to a head that we need to do this. We need to have spiritual practices. And this is, I'm not saying religious, but if you feel drawn to scripture and a certain religion, include it. But it's always your unique soul's journey with the vast impersonal. So the spiritual journey and the spirit in the material world of creation, we mustn't let that take over our spiritual journey like it has done. And a lot of us can keep a balance of that. We've learnt that money can buy us certain things, but it can't buy us everything. We have to actually participate and share ourselves. So if something's going wrong or repeating in your life, anything at all, and you might just, lay blame because of someone's behavior or something, or you think that it's all a material problem because, that's just gone wrong out there and there's nothing else to it. Well, that's where you actually have to stop and have some kind of, not regimented, not specific to anyone, so like to any religious, definitely do it this way kind of practice, but it is great to pull in different resonances to you that you would like to slowly embody, like allow it in. And so the spiritual practice, you want to embody this space so that becomes more of your home, and the issues are in the world, but in the embodiment of more of you, they become less of an issue. And because the spiritual path wants to teach us stuff, and if we arrogantly disregard it, anything at all, as though we don't have to grow and it's that person's problem, there might be some kind of higher message in there if we're humble enough to say, they're not perfect, I'm not perfect, and silence in our spiritual practice. So it can be creative drawing, writing, painting, walking, going for a jog, but then when you get back, you slow down and do some quiet stretching and just, you've cleared your mind and you sit down and calm for a little bit to get truthful with yourself. So solitude, in fact, where you can let the world go. And what I want you to do is just subconsciously have there, am I looking at this more from an exterior perspective? Because there will always be a message for you to commune with on the interior. It might work out that you didn't have to learn anything specific, but maybe you could get peace with what was happening or is happening or did happen with this more energetic, spacious, because you've made it spacious as a practice, you will receive guidance. You will receive, okay? That's the kind of thing that can occur. The more that you get honest with that there is come back home to peace. I think the main thing for people to actually see that this works is that we all come from a place of peace. It's permanently there. But if we are to and fro, say from childhood, here and there, then we can have all sorts of things going on in our field where we don't even think peace is for us. Is there such a thing as peace? And I'm quite a peaceful person, right? But over my life, I've had different things to deal with. But I really realized when I got into late 20s, that dependable resonance we need to depend on, because we truly can fall into I feel alone in this world when we have issues, or we'll use an emotion that extends and then different mental stories, or hear someone else and we say, oh yeah, well that fits. But truly, when you do start to come home to yourself and dependent on this, okay, so when you wind down for meditation and you're like, okay, so I've got to wind down, just make sure I've got a peaceful environment. Even if you do have some distractions outside, just accept that you can't change them, but it's now your time for peace. Okay, so that's peace. You're starting to wind down into peace. And then I really like looking out to the light, okay? I'm looking out to the light, the trees and the sky, and it's peaceful outside. So it helps me not to look at the camera looking at myself the whole time. So sorry if I'm not looking at you. But trust me, it's peaceful, so I'm sure it's shared. So you're winding down, and the spiritual path that we are, spiritual beings, we're starting to embrace this peace. But then when you truly do the work of dropping away and staying, and I'm just reminded right now that candle gazing is good as well. So to wind you down, you know, you can just gaze at the candle. You can be aware that it's peace and calm. And you start to feel the energy of your day perhaps. So you've got to just allow yourself peace and calm. Now, self-talk is really good here, like, I am peace and calm. You're talking your energy into that resonance. Or what I have done is just shut down with my eyes, like really go as though, you know, I'm about to go to sleep or something. So like just really shut down the world, let go, let go, let go. And that's a command to my energy field. That's what we're doing now. Okay. And then so I would stay there for like 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute, maybe 2, depending on how my energy field felt from the day or the morning that I'm doing it. And you're in a peaceful spot. So if you love that or learn to love just that little bit, soon, from the command to wind down and stay there, you will embrace the actual peace that's the center core of our being. Like our heavenly line. And so we embrace the fact, yes, we're living in a world, but we're not of it. And with that fact, that's how we get the most out of ourselves. This peacefulness I feel, I can stay here longer. Okay? Now that may not happen straight away for you. I mean, I have been practicing shutting down the world to get to that deep, grounded. You can do visualization meditations of like a grounding cord from heaven to earth into the beautiful various descriptions of Mother Earth that is stabilizing, rejuvenating. Give her your energy for recalibration. I work with my breath and the divine, like you can actually embody the message of this. I work with my breath as one with the divine to take what I do not need, what energy I'm holding on to, and please only leave me with the messages I need to receive. It's just basic kind of command, presence, truthful connection with where we come from, and you can feel the peace in your gut. But it's just whether we keep practicing this or we're going to let our minds distract. And so let's make a quick pointer here that the ego is well developed, and every day we're involved in something with various people, so it enforces ego through our world. So just know that when you're doing this great work for yourself, the ego thinks it's empowered, and it might make you feel like, and it's mainly because the heart wants to open in this meditation, and the ego is like, this feels new. Like that message of the abundance card, when you're not used to receiving because you feel uneasy about something, but essentially meditation is opening up your whole field. So the ego wants to come in and it feels like it's protecting you because you're used to functioning a certain way, but you're an endless opening eternal soul being, so you have to keep the ego at bay. Otherwise it's going to rule like it does in this world. And it does get in and take control of our lives sometimes. So it's keeping it at bay, because you got to keep growing. We don't need the control of it. It doesn't actually. It's there for its functioning, but if the emotional body and the mental body has told particular stories, it might be more of a natural and forcing nature to get things done in this world. So that's a lot of the whole idea, to come back to yourself, and also accept that the world doesn't think they have a peaceful state inside. We really have become identified with busy, functioning, active, action lives of production, getting things done, ignoring each other's well-being or betterment a lot. So we each just check in with how we're functioning with that, because it's a heart-rising consciousness now for this expansion of ourselves. And as I keep reminding us, if it's of ourselves, it's helping the planet, because we're all on the planet, you know. And I think that's all I want to say about that. Okay, so I'll just finish on saying that what percentage, when you're in that space, you can kind of check in with yourself, and it doesn't need to be an accurate number. You just want to say, because you want to start to recognize, am I functioning more that the outside world is like a 60 or a 80% in control of how I feel? Or do I check in with myself more, and as time goes on, you're taking that strengthening of the peace, acknowledgement not to embody ego too much to get things done, like, am I actually using my heart? So this is the interior world percent. So you want that to tip the balance away from the outside world is what I react or respond to, and it drives how I feel. Okay, and this is what's going to open up over time. Are our intentions or even motives as to how much I can have out there, which you have yourself in your life, but how much do I get from out there? How much am I dependent on out there? And you can look at that however you want, because if you feel like a bit of there's energy, there's more to me, but I've got something going on out there, then that's telling you there is an imbalance. Because if you are living from the interior, this is your wholeness, this is your true empowerment, and this is like your soul guidance spiritual system. So you will have, as you rise in consciousness, and you can call it enlightenment if you like, but I really don't want that to be like a limited for some, or at some stage, or just enlightened here but not enlightened there, whatever. Just, you are enlightening yourself more, and it's the truth of who we all are. So these, how we say enlightened beings, yeah, they've done the work. They do the work. But it's not for a limited few. It's, if you listen to anyone speak, it's, they function from their spirit. They're not ruled by the material. Because that's where the majority of the issues occur, when we're rushing to get something done, or we treat people a certain way because, I don't know, it's not quick enough, or we've got an overall objective, but we can't communicate with heart or something. And so, you know, it just doesn't work well. Might just turn a light on and shuffle one of these cards and see if there is any ending message. So yeah, it's just important to check in with yourself. For your energy field is also how you attract and help the energy field of the planet. I got this card the other day. Ace of Earth. Ace of Earth. That is telling us, well done. And I think this is another one of abundance. Abundance is assured. So, due to our recognition of true abundance, you can see that there will be more love spread. That's what we're all standing up for. With everything that's highlighted, it's like you can't treat us that way, you can't treat them that way. You can't keep bending the rules for yourself. We're standing up for the love of all. Oh, wrong collect. Where is my good tarot book? Angels must be over there. Oh, Ace of Earth. Nice little short message. Prosperity in its purest form. Concrete results in the physical world. Abundance made manifest. I recognize the many forms of abundance and plenty, and I align myself with success. I can generate gold from the resources I have at my fingertips. I make an impact. The essence of prosperity is taking form in the material world. The essence. And that's truly why I had to cry before. Because you know how the mermaid card said, ask the universe for the help that you want, but allow it to be something better. So sometimes when you are waiting for a response, when your heart truly wants something, sometimes you have to wait just a little bit, because it could be something big you're essentially asking for. You could be a part of something big that you're asking for. Or it's not going to come to you in your human mind thoughts of how you would like it to be. But if you do have a particular dream and you can see that dream, or you find a picture of it or something, it's interesting. Sometimes things can turn out like that. So it just depends for different people whether they get messages of something they're actually going to find on their path, or it could be like a massive surprise by the universe. So seeing everyone and the power pushing back with spoken word is the expression of our souls, and the ignition of true love of our souls coming through our heart and expression. And just don't be afraid, because although it's causing such a ruckus and it feels so detrimental, we know what we're here for. So like, we're not on the losing battle. That's the most important point. And my guides started to bring in a message that I think is sifting through. So I might just go back to that, just as I was shuffling the cards. They were saying that they asked us here for this peace to ensue. So thank you. Interesting message, this one coming through, but I'm just going to follow through. I don't actually make sense of it. It was all set up for you. Your paths and your coherence along it. To awaken to the message in response and responding. It's lit. Gratitude immense. Just the beginning. It gets way better. What would you like to do? Do it now. Now's the time, everyone. Do you have a desire to fulfill? There is no true, real fears stopping you. Perceptions are clear and clearer. You are all true blue. Thank you. From them, me to you. Expanse is on the horizon. Yes. Massive. Transforming the collective consciousness. God bless. So, your delivery of anything of anything you've been wanting to do, we ask of you to do. There's a clearing for you. God bless you. We want you to. We are pleased that you do. And we are forever grateful. And now, more than ever before, we support you. it's important for you to know we are like one as you. Our energy blending has got you. Please call on us as we call on you. We have joined the planet to assist more light entering. Nothing could go wrong in this. There's nothing to fear. We come from a place of sincerity. That is the message you are sending. We have you. Please be free. You came and are what's needed. We will support you with what's needed to shift this planet into decent. Bow your heads. Ask for what you need. Listen and receive. You only need ask with sincerity, sincerely, how you feel, what you need. We are listening. We never not hear this. These messages are not on deaf. Resonance. as that is how we are all connected. Sound. There is no distance. God bless you. Gorgeous beings. If you could only see. How much is unlocking with every shift you make, we make, we've made together. Endlessly amazing. We thank you. It is and has been hard times. Extremely. Ignorant and devastational to the human need for well-being. Not a station. We're going to receive. Any lingering. You, me, all. We. Infinitely. Be at peace. And receive. That's all for now. Was meant to be a quick message. I don't think I should say that ever again. I really did think that I would do a short message. but I am grateful and graciously content. We are taken care of. Okay. They are asking me if anyone has any questions, because when I saw it was an hour, I thought, oh, maybe that's enough. But I had an underlying question. And so because I'm graciously content, they're saying, well, but you had a question. Does anyone have any questions? So let's ask that. Because my human mind, some messages, no, actually I can't even remember everything. I just know that it was a contenting message of stabilizing our energy. But my question was, as it was coming to an end, was there anything else? It's just my human mind. I think because I'm connected to the mind of the planet as well, and we all want to know more. Fair enough. But sometimes we have to accept that what we receive is all that we need at the moment. But in asking the question now, let's see. I have to keep my hand up, so it's a transmission. And I'll just connect quietly. And so I still have Matthias interfering with my energy field. So I'm doing my best to go quietly. Because over time I have been sitting here for an hour, so it affects different parts of me. So I'll have to end soon. But they feel that my question is coming from a mine or the collective? It's coming from the unsteadiness I feel. Because it has been quite turbulent. And so, yeah, my mind is asking what more. Just to do our best, really, guides. Just to do all that we can. Can you give us any ideas of how we can best serve, or what we should focus on next to keep this flow moving forward? They're liking that I'm an example of asking with sincerity what we want. This is an example of what we can ask for. Because in this uproar and confusion, fact that we're grounding, that we're spiritual beings, we could still be, we are in the thick of the material world shifting. So, excuse me, the best we can offer you all is to stay true to your heart and soul. Excuse me. This isn't far from your expression in the world, and you are magnificent souls. You will know. Massive stabilization and grounding to occur. So we will know, and there's massive grounding of light. Okay. Guides, can you help clear my field so I can receive anything further very crisply, please? And I'll know clearly when we're done. Are we complete with that question? Any application of your sincerity. That's all that's needed. Please. And thanks. Any application of all, at all, of your sincerity. That might mean push forth into something. Just a feeling. Much love and God bless everybody. Doing amazing. And again, I hope you received my big and massive thank you. May the heavens shine down upon us as we greet them. Love from our beings. And I do mean a feeling. We give love, we feel it more and more and more. And however else that happens for you in the world, I will leave it there now and just take some time for myself. If there's any further message, because I have a little bit of an interference physically, I'll be sure to receive. That's good to finish on that, since we are opening to receive. and I'll be back to share it. God bless. Until then, bye for now.